What if we've been measuring wealth all wrong? What if the poorest people aren't where we think they are, but right here, in the middle of comfort, convenience, and control? You've probably heard this story. A wealthy father once took his son to the countryside, hoping to show him what it meant to live in poverty. They spent a few days with a humble farming family. On the way back, the father asked, "So, what did you learn?"
The boy smiled and replied, "I learned a lot, Dad. We have one dog. They have 5. We have a tiny pool. They have a flowing river full of life. Our garden has artificial lights. They have the moon and the stars. Our yard ends with a fence. Theirs stretches as far as the eye can see. We buy our food. They grow theirs with their own hands. We listen to music through speakers. They hear bird song and the whisper of the wind. We cook fast in a microwave. They cook slowly and it tastes better. We lock everything up. They sleep with doors open. We stare at screens. They connect with the earth, with each other, with life."
The father was speechless.
The boy looked at him and softly said, "Dad, I didn't realize how poor we really are."
Sometimes we think we're teaching a lesson, but life turns it around. That father wanted to show his son what it meant to have nothing. But the child saw something else. Abundance in simplicity, richness in nature, joy in connection. Maybe you too are richer than you think. Because wealth isn't always in your pocket. Sometimes it's in your heart, in your peace, in your freedom. But somewhere along the way, we forgot. We replaced silence with noise, connection with convenience, nature with concrete, and presence with performance. We started chasing more things, more speed, more status, believing it would bring happiness. But the more we have, the less we feel. The more we own, the emptier we become. We scroll for hours, but don't make eye contact. We post smiles, but cry in silence. We build bigger houses, but smaller homes. We upgrade everything, except our hearts. We've learned to value productivity over peace, efficiency over emotion, comfort over character. But what if slowing down is the real progress? What if real wealth is time? Time to breathe, time to love, time to simply be? What if happiness isn't something we find, but something we return to? It's not out there, it's here, now, in the laughter of someone you love, in a quiet morning, in the warmth of the sun on your skin. Maybe it's time to redefine what it means to be rich. Maybe it's time to come back home to yourself. And maybe that's the real journey, not forward into more, but inward into meaning. Because deep down we're not starving for money, we're starving for connection, for purpose, for truth. We want to feel alive again, to wake up without dread, to look in the mirror and recognize the person staring back.
But the world keeps shouting, "Buy this, fix that, be more, do more, hustle, win."
And we listen, because silence feels unfamiliar now. Stillness feels like failure. But what if the bravest thing you could do is stop, to step out of the race, to say enough? Enough pretending, enough chasing, enough sacrificing your soul for a version of success that never loved you back. Because your worth was never in your bank account. Your value isn't measured by your title, your followers, or your things. You are already enough, without the noise, without the mask, without the approval. Real wealth is peace of mind. It's waking up without anxiety. It's having people who truly see you. It's living a life that feels like yours. And maybe, just maybe, that's the richest you'll ever be. But if this is true, then why do we keep forgetting? Why do we keep walking away from what matters most? Why do we abandon the present for a future that's never guaranteed? Why do we bury our hearts under deadlines, debts, and distractions? Maybe because it's easier. It's easier to stay busy than to face what's broken. It's easier to follow the crowd than to ask real questions. Easier to numb the pain than to heal the wound. But deep down, you know, something has to change. Not just around you, but within you. Because the truth is, you can buy a bed, but not sleep. You can buy a clock, but not time. You can buy medicine, but not health. You can buy attention, but not love. You can have everything and still feel empty. So what do? We remember, we return, we rebuild, we start noticing again. the softness in someone's voice, the beauty in a slow sunrise, the power in saying no, the freedom in being yourself. We start choosing differently. Less scrolling, more silence. Less proving, more presence. Less judgment, more grace. Less running, more resting. And we stop waiting for the world to change. We become the change. Because one act of kindness matters. One honest conversation matters. One moment of truth can change a life. Maybe even yours. You don't need more. You need real moments, real people, real peace. Let the world chase its illusions. You come home to your breath, to your body, to your soul. Because in the end, when the noise fades and the lights go out, all that's left is who you are inside. And if that place is full of love, of peace, of truth, then you were never poor. You were always rich, richer than you ever knew. Thank you for watching. If this message touched your heart, if it made you pause, reflect, or simply feel something real, I'd love to hear from you. What does true wealth mean to you? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your words might inspire someone else, just like this story did. And if you felt this was valuable, if it helped you reconnect with something deeper, feel free to leave a like or subscribe for more. Not because you have to, but because sometimes we all need a reminder of what really matters. Until next time, stay present, stay grounded, and stay human.